Joining me and starting the show is Leigh Cooney. He's the owner and operator of the Little Prince Micro Cinema and Lounge. Leigh, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Peter.
Leigh, why do they call it a micro cinema?
Yeah, so everything about us is quite small. We are a 13-seat movie theater. We have everything, I believe, that a traditional movie theater would have, but in a more compact form. So we have a tiny pool table, a tiny concession, tiny arcade machine, and of course a tiny screening room. So I thought, just to differentiate ourselves from the more traditional movie theaters, we came with the idea of calling it a micro cinema, and which I think just kind of conveys what we needed easily and in sort of a compact form. So yeah, we went with micro.
Hey, speaking of big thinkers, I know that's pretty deep, eh? You have the world's smallest theater. How did that record come about?
It did take a long time. Obviously, between COVID, it's hard to be the smallest theater in operation if you aren't actually operating. So we had a few setbacks there, but also Guinness World Records do have a number of requirements, a lot of expectations, and as well as that, they are located in the UK. So it's hard for them to send a witness out to check and confirm everything we're saying. So we had to, hunt down a number of expert witnesses, which turned out to be difficult as well. One of the witnesses I think they wanted originally was a historian with a specialization in sort of the bricks and mortar history of movie theaters in North America. Hard to come by. Very, very specialized profession for historians. So we did end up choosing two. We had an architect, a local architect, come by as one of our witnesses, and a local historian as well. So between the two of them, they worked as our major witness, and then we had a sort of a bunch of secondary witnesses as well. It was a very long and ongoing process, and we received word from Guinness, I think early in 2022, to say that we had we'd done everything they required, and we are now officially the world's smallest movie theater.
Well, congratulations on such a big award. Hey, also that generated a massive amount of media coverage, including Stephen Colbert. What happened there? How did he pick you up?
Yeah, that I don't know. We did. I mean, I think I think it was just a right place kind of thing. Not to downplay the amazing Little Prince. I mean, we are pretty awesome, but it did work really well at the tail end of the closures and the pandemic, and it was a feel-good story. I think everybody kind of needed something like that, so it was picked up pretty quickly. We did a number of interviews with CBC and obviously media outlets across Ontario and even a little further afield as well. But Stephen Colbert, that came as a surprise. I just got up in the morning and someone mentioned Stephen Colbert, and I thought, yeah, wouldn't that be neat? We should reach out to Colbert, and as it turns out, no, he had actually mentioned us. I mean, it's a brief 15-second clip. I think we were used as like a bit of a stepping stone towards the joke he was playing.
Well, it was great.
But yeah, that was a real high watermark for me.
Okay, last one, just wrapping it up. Why do you call it a lounge? What else can people expect besides 13 seats of a cinema?
Yes, so we do have the cinema itself is actually, I mean, the whole space is quite small, but the cinema itself only takes up about a quarter of the entire space. We have a small commercial kitchen as well, which we mostly use to bake several kinds of popcorn, and we do house-made cotton candy as well. We also we're licensed, so we sell wine and beer and spirits and that sort of thing. And so the other half to the other two quarters, I guess, is taken up by our lounge area. So that's where we have our arcade machine and our miniature tabletop pool table, and several bar stools, bar tables, things like that. That way, I mean, the idea was really just to try to give people an opportunity to come and see a movie, whether or not it be a ticketed event, which we do, but we also do a lot of private events. So we get groups of people in together to see something they really want to see that they've agreed on. And yeah, it gives people a place to go to sort of sit and chat about the movie, which generally speaking isn't something you can do in a larger movie theater. A lot of people around, a lot of kids, a lot of running around. And yeah, so it just sort of made sense for us to have, something that could help you celebrate movies rather than just going and being a passive participant. It gets people more engaged, which is kind of nice
That's
as well.
great,
So
Leigh. Thank you so much. And congratulations on your success. If you're looking for a place for a birthday party, an anniversary, possibly even a wedding, check them out at the Little Prince Micro Cinema and Lounge. Thanks again, Leigh.
thanks, Peter.
Coming up next, we're going to talk to Choices for Change.